Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. We're joined now by Paula Aldarelli, who is the Executive Director of EarthShare New Jersey. EarthShare is an environmental organization.
Yeah, we're a federation of more than 60 different environmental groups from across New Jersey and around the country.
And you just had a big event.
We did. We just had our 9th annual celebration. EarthShare celebrates New Jersey at the Grounds for Sculpture, and it was an amazing evening. Beautiful artwork, great guests.
Talk about the Grounds for Sculpture. Where is it and how can people visit it?
Well, the Grounds for Sculpture is in Hamilton, New Jersey. It's one of those gems in New Jersey that once you've been there, you'll always be back. Great art exhibit. It's the grounds. You go on, you walk through, and there's all different types of art, interactive art, some you just stand back and look at, but it's an amazing facility. And
the event was centered around Earth Day. It was Earth Week, right?
It was kind of our kickoff for Earth Week. And we also have the opportunity to honor some groups and individuals who do some tremendous work for the environment. This year we honored Sam Pessin, who is the president of the Friends of Liberty State Park, who has throughout his life committed himself to preserving the People's Park in Jersey City. And then we also honored Bayshore companies. They're a recycling facility and a whole conglomeration of great programs that they run up in the old Congolium plant. And Valerie and her husband Frank have done such great things, not just for the environment, but for the public and to support the environmental community. They're very involved with the Nature Conservancy, Clean Ocean Action, EarthShare New Jersey, and other great groups. So they received our corporate award for basically putting their environmental commitment into practice with their business, their employees, and their community.
Well, I brought up Earth Day and Earth Week to delve into another topic. And we can start with Earth Day. Earth Day used to be a real big deal.
It was tremendous.
It was a big, big deal,
yeah.
And now it's almost an afterthought.
Well, the challenge we have now is that Earth Day always seems to run pretty close to that take our daughters or take our sons or take our children to work day. So it's kind of get lost in that a little bit. You still have a lot of communities that are very committed to Earth Day activities. I know there's one happening in Point Pleasant and this coming weekend and in other communities, but it is popular, but mostly in the environmental community, not mainstream.
It used to be it would lead the news,
yes.
And you'd see these massive rallies. Now if it makes the newscast, it's usually at the end of the second or third segment, and it's a mention. So this movement, this environmental movement that people thought could be launched with Earth Day or really given some fuel with Earth Day, sputtered a little bit.
Well, the original Earth Day was over 30 years ago. So, I mean, we've had a lot of starts and stops through then. If you look back about 5 years ago, green was the new theme. It was sexy to be green, and a lot of companies took on the environment as a pillar of their commitment and things like that.
Well, that's true.
Communities now are getting more engaged with it as a way of life, and that could be a contributing factor as to why it's not singled out anymore. You have programs like Sustainable Jersey that are going into municipalities and now in schools to talk about how they can be greener every day. So it's no longer just a once-a-year thought, it's a 365 a day thought.
That's a great point. And what happens to me when I see the national news, and I watch a lot of different networks, when I see the national news, a lot of times it's environmentalists being against something and not pushing for something. And that tends to be the problem. It's issue related, like the Keystone Pipeline, like fracking, the offshore oil drilling, all important issues. I'll grant you that there should be a healthy opposition to, but it's always anti-something, where it used to be pro-something.
We could say that they are being pro. They're being pro-quality of life. They're being pro-improvement of life. What they're against is defecation of our natural resources and our land and our communities. So I mean, if being pro-environment means that you have to stand up against some of the things that are going to hurt your community and hurt the quality of life that people have, sometimes you have to look at the negative to get to the positive.
What do you consider the top environmental issue right now in New Jersey that's New Jersey specific? Is it the oceans?
You know, I'd have to say we are threatened so much right now by, the pipeline issue. It's a big one. I think The LNGs still continue to be talked about and blurred out there with the waters.
We had a guest on a few weeks ago, I told you, that talked about that they've found a huge natural gas reserve in North Jersey, which means that the issue of fracking may be coming here.
Well, it inevitably will be coming here. I mean, if you listen to what the politicians have been saying and some of the foundations they've been laying with things, that's the direction they want to be able to introduce. But, you know, the public needs to be clearly aware of the impact of what's happening. You know, when they talk about fracking, they always talk about jobs that will come to the state. Well, if you look at some of the other states, the jobs have come there, but not for the citizens of those states. They've imported people from other states to come and do those jobs.
Because
yeah.
you get a well clear and then you're gone. How can people find out more about your organization?
You can learn more about EarthShare New Jersey by visiting us at earthsharenj.org. We're on Facebook, but what we focus to do is to mobilize the people of New Jersey for a cleaner, healthier, and safer planet. We work on air, water, land, and wildlife issues, and you know, we try to make the world a better place.
Paula Aldarelli, the Executive Director of EarthShare New Jersey. In our next segment, we will continue to talk about energy and environmental issues when we tackle the topic of the Oyster Creek nuclear power plant, when Jersey Matters continues.